To you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out to Sudwerk for Third Thursdays. Well, you might have noticed it's not Thursday, but usually we do these every third Thursday. This this month had a scheduling conflict, so we moved it to Friday. But thanks for being here nonetheless. Every month we have a new local artist displaying their work. And then also running a workshop here in the Growler Gallery, which is what we're calling it. So really appreciate everyone showing out. Last month we had Lily rushing, and now we are blessed with a master of ink, paint, screen printing, murals. What else? I've got a list. Cartoons, that's not even the half of it. He's also a phenomenal musician. So we're very, very lucky to welcome Will Durkee. AKA DJ Willie D, AKA Puppy Dude. So thank you for being here, dude. I really appreciate it. I was wondering if we could start early and if you could give us a picture of what you were like when you were a youngster. The questions I have are, what was your average outfit like in junior high school? What games did you have on your DS? And what music were you listening to?
I was a pretty weird kid.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty, no surprises there, I think. I don't remember what I wore. You mean like in high school?
I was inspired by this picture on Instagram where you're wearing it's your school photo and you're wearing a necktie just wrapped like halfway up your neck.
Yeah. I was weirdo for sure, but I would like draw on my clothes and but there was a point where I only wore brown, like the color brown. So I thought it was like sophisticated to do
preventative measure for
yeah, but I was definitely a little weirdo for sure, but in hindsight, pretty normal too, really, in reality.
What were you like playing
pretty
games,
basic.
watching shows? Like what were you doing?
I think like most kids, obsessed with cartoons for sure. It's gonna be a generation gap, I feel like, but I guess one that sticks out is Invader Zim.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're saying a generation gap between you and me?
I don't know, just in general. Not everyone knows, but
Invader Zim was great, dude.
Yeah, Invader Zim. That show I feel like was a big one. It stuck out as being like highly influential for just generations of emo little goth freaks and weirdos and stuff. So that's kind of what I was like. But I was like a mix of like hippie and emo and weirdo. And
Were you a happy kid?
No. No. I mean, yeah, but then again, like to contradict myself even more. I had a very good childhood. So there's nothing like that traumatic. Like, I'm not really that interesting. I'm not that cool. I'm not qualified to be up here talking about myself. So
you're talking about yourself. I think you're the most qualified person in the world for this topic. All right.
Yeah.
So in school, were you like a big doodler? Were you like one of those kids who was constantly drawing?
I would say 100%.
Yeah.
Almost 100% doodling.
100% of the time.
100% doodling.
Was it in order to pay attention, or was it instead?
I didn't pay attention in school.
Yeah.
I didn't like school. Oh, actually, I'm gonna contradict myself a lot. I actually did like school, but that's only because in high school I had really cool friends who were all artists and musicians and stuff.
Mm-hmm. You grew up in the Bay Area?
Yes.
In
Bay, yeah. And so I actually liked high school because I fit in, I found my weird niche.
Yeah.
And always doodling nonstop.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever get in trouble for doodling? Were your teachers chill about art?
Yeah. The cool ones were.
Yeah.
they supported it for sure.
So cartoons are obviously a big part of your work. Looking around the room, I was wondering what like shows, games, and comics were the biggest influence on
I
you?
just thought of that book, Captain Underpants. It's like my favorite book ever. Because it's about these two, everyone knows about it? No, yes? Everyone knows about it, but it's about these two kids who just are always drawing in class and stuff, and they're never, because that's what I was like, so that was my favorite book.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, I always loved in the beginning they would rearrange the letters on the school sign
Yeah.
to say something like poopy or farty.
Highly influential.
God,
Sorry, what was the question? I don't remember.
What cartoons
yeah.
or shows or games were influencing you?
So you said Nintendo DS. It's funny. I'm like, I guess I'm old. I didn't have a DS.
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance.
Sorry about
or
that.
Game Boy Color. Anyone?
What
Yeah.
games?
Kirby.
Hell yeah.
Kirby.
Yeah.
It's all easy.
Kirby shows up in a lot of the pieces that are in this
Love Kirby.
Yeah.
Does everyone know Kirby? No? Yeah?
Any Kirby fans out there?
Do I have to explain what Kirby is?
No, I'm kind of looking for like what visually.
Yeah. Well, Kirby definitely easily stuck out.
Yeah.
Just 100%.
Totally.
Because I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because it's pink, he's cute.
Yeah.
Just getting in power. I don't know.
He's really good.
I had a pink Game Boy. Loved it. So.
So what mediums have you experimented with throughout the years that you decided weren't for you? Like,
Screen printing?
What's fallen off? Screen printing.
Yeah, but that's also a lie because I screen printed last night with my friend Eric.
But you don't like it.
I don't like it because I'm messy and I get
Yeah.
ink everywhere and I ruin everything.
Yeah, dude, that pigment is dense.
It stains everything. So I let my friend Eric do it. I guess shout out to Eric. So
Yes.
Sacramento legend. He's from. He lived here too in Davis, but. Can you hear me? Is this on?
You're not laughing. What mediums have you tried? What mediums have been your like tried and true mediums throughout the years? Like what do you come back to constantly?
Pen, paper, pencil, paper, acrylic, paint, just anything.
Some paint.
I would use anything, just like crayons, oil paint, but it's too expensive.
It goes a long way.
Anything, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of your pieces have like kind of a stream of consciousness vibe to them. You can like make these really vast, detailed scenes where so many things are all happening all at once, but and yet, as a viewer, you don't really feel rushed through it. Like at every little scene, there's always like a winding road or like a meandering strand of hair to lead you to the next little like juicy secret that's hidden in your these big scenes that you do. How much planning are you doing ahead of time when you're making these like super complex drawings, and how much are you just kind of like following the pen around the paper?
What? No. Lots.
Well, is this your work?
I do a lot of planning. I sketch a lot of what my ideas are, and then I pencil everything in, and then I use a pen over everything. You said maximalist? Is that what something you said?
Kinda, right? Like I mean, like these scenes, especially also the ones up at Delta Venus, like that one with the bridge. And there's a lot of like.
So what's the saying? Less is a bore. Is that right?
Yeah.
Less is a bore.
I think that's
More is more.
Yeah. Yes. More is more.
More is more.
Yeah. Why do you think more is more? Like, what dissuaded you from simpler pieces and attracted you?
I think when I do something simple, I'm like cheating myself. People don't believe it. It's like they're like, "What are you doing?"
So you have to prove like what your ability is by doing.
No, everything I do has to be ridiculous and over the top. If I do something too simple, it's like it just doesn't. I feel like it's not in this. It has to be over the top.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm also an over the top or like kind of like maxed out detail kind of guy, so I really appreciate that. Is that the kind of art that you like look at? Like when you're not consuming is a bad word, but observing and appreciating art, like the stuff that really stands out to you, is it usually similar in regards to like having all this detail, or do you also find yourself looking at like simpler, minimalist art?
I don't know.
Do you like other people's art?
No. I get really inspired by other people's art. Because I think good art makes me want to do art.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't have to be any. It doesn't. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
I like. It's not like I get inspired. It's almost like it's not a jealousy thing, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's always a competitive thing.
It's not competitive. Art is not competitive. No.
Sometimes it's a little
No,
bit.
it's not. It's just like it makes you want to be like, oh, I have to step it up. That's what other art does.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you open up like Juxtapose and stuff, I feel like you're automatically gonna get schooled because there's so many amazing artists. So I get inspired by other artists. Like
Juxtapose has such a type. Like it's like I
Yeah,
don't know,
I guess.
I feel like every issue is kind of really similar.
it's just
I don't know. That's my hot Juxtapose take.
fair enough, I guess.
So this show is called Neon Psychedelic Bullshit.
Yeah.
Why?
It was just something funny my mom said.
So she was saying that about your work. I already knew this.
I feel really bad.
I wanted you to tell.
I hope she doesn't watch this, but I'm gonna put her on. Well, yeah, she like I think she had like maybe like one drink one time, and she doesn't really drink, but when she has one, just like get ready for some statements. Get ready. She was like, "Will, all you paint is neon psychedelic bullshit," and. I mean, this is like 5 years ago. It's a long time ago, but I thought that was super funny. Like a really good title for something.
Totally. And it's the 10-year anniversary.
It's a 10-year anniversary, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that it goes back to having everything have to be ridiculous and over the top.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's not...
So 10 years ago, you came out of school.
Yeah, 10 years of basically being not in school and just being like a goofy or adult artist who is trying to like figure out how to keep continuing to make art. It's actually really hard to do. But I'd say mission accomplished, right?
Woo! 10 years!
And like trying to have it be like, interesting to me and not like, have it be like, hold on to like what I loved about it to begin with.
Yeah.
I guess.
What's your relationship with that word psychedelic? Like, I feel like people use it a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think about that word?
So the idea of like this show, the name of the show. To be honest, I was trying not to like get too personal about my own life, but I guess I'm gonna roll the dice here and say it's been something I'm trying to walk away from actually.
Yeah.
Like psychedelic art, like like music festivals, like I don't know, like not Burning Man, but yeah, like Burning Man, like Lightning in a Bottle, like that type of stuff people do, like at those things, like psychedelic, that kind of stuff. I feel like all you need, like Alex Gray is all you need in that genre. I feel like.
Yeah,
like,
if
you
you
kind of nailed
just
it.
had Alex Gray and then no one else did it,
So,
it'd be fine.
not to talk. I was trying not to talk too much trash tonight, but sorry.
I don't think you talked any trash. Oh, well, I guess about the
Just like that
Music
idea of
festival
like
crowd,
like
yeah.
hippie like Wookiee
Yeah.
like Chewbacca art like.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that your work, I don't know, that word psychedelic just gets thrown around and it like works for so many people's hippy dippy kind of like organic shape, like sacred geometry work, and more power.
Yeah,
to them.
sacred.
But like,
it's something that
but yours is kind of beyond that.
I feel like I was maybe accused of being associated with.
That's the thing about the word psychedelic is like it's.
But I'm
it's
really
kind of a
not.
cheap
I've actually
word.
never done psychedelics.
Is that true?
To be on the record, yeah. I've like barely done it, drugs.
I kind of would.
Let's enough on that though.
So in a lot of your pieces, notably some of the stuff that's at Delta Venus. I'm sorry to reference work that's not in this room, but there's this like hyper locality that happens in your work where the places that your pieces are meant to depict are hinted at with like a bunch of little Easter eggs. I think it makes the folks who get those references and kind of like see the domes or the bridges or the water towers in Davis, like it makes the viewer feel really special if they like get that reference.
If they're in there?
If they're in.
Oh, yeah. I like to draw my friends a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have a good answer. I mean, Davis is just cool.
I didn't finish the question.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Sorry.
What draws you to that sort of specificity?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just cool. I mean, it's inspiring. Like, is this a weird way to hold the mic? It's like two hands. I just get a lot of inspiration from like my daily life, like boring stuff, or not boring, but just like cool adventures that I've had.
The mundane, but not.
No,
mundane
like
in a
just
bad way,
actually
but, like,
the opposite of mundane. Like I don't know why I said boring. Just like my everyday life, like. Like adventure time, but like it's my life, like real life.
Yeah.
And a lot of things in Davis have been like that, like just cool, cool people, and I don't know.
Yeah. You like the place you're at? You want to draw it?
What?
I said, do you like the place you're at and you want to draw it?
This place?
Well, I just mean Davis in general.
Oh yeah. I like drawing things from my life that inspire me. It's like so obvious. Doesn't that sound obvious? Like.
Yeah, but some
it's
people,
not that deep. It's just like.
I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
People might be interested in your work, so I'm just trying to.
You're right. I'm trying to downplay my own. Like what I do is not that. It's just like inspirational things from my life that are just cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Are there any artists that you that have had a big impact on your work or influenced you, like not necessarily in your work but in your life?
I mean, yeah.
Sweet.
Definitely want me to name names. I mean, yeah, I love music. I've been obsessed with music and art since I was like a kid. So I have so many. Always like the weirdest stuff though, like.
Yeah.
The most whacked out.
Well, anything come to mind, like specifically?
Like artists I like.
Yeah, like I don't know.
The visual artists.
Anything.
I don't even know where to begin.
Kirby.
Melvins. Everyone knows that, right? I love the Melvins. Deerhoof. I like Deerhoof.
Deerhoof?
Deerhoof.
Deerhoof?
You don't know Deerhoof? They're like.
I've seen that you've done work for
I did.
them, right?
Yeah. I don't know so much stuff. Everyone, what everyone says, I'll tell you, is Midnight Gospel.
Yeah.
Which I do like, but I'm more of a fan of Adventure Time actually.
You were doing this before.
Does everyone know about that Midnight Gospel? No. Look it up. I don't know.
So you're also a musician. I was kind of curious what sentiments you go to music in order to express that you aren't getting out with art, and what kind of energy you can get out with art that you can't get out with music, or is that just like kind of a false dichotomy?
I think it's easier for me to like experiment when you're making music or like recording music. There's more like possibility. I feel like I've like hit like I get stuck a lot with art. I hit like a wall a lot. Or it's like it's like only one style. But I think with music, it's a little easier to experiment and do different stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My voice is so low. Yeah. Does that sound like a good answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's the true answer, then it's a good answer. Does your creative sponge ever get wrung dry? And what do you do when you have no energy for art or music?
My creative sponge 100% goes dry. It actually, I was like burnt out this week actually, like yesterday. But what do I do? I mean, like going outside, looking at trees is always inspiring and rejuvenating. Going for a bike ride.
You playing any games or watching any shows right now?
I play a lot of games, but I don't know if that's healthy. I don't know if that's a good use of
Doesn't have to be, dude.
time. I mean, I got into Zelda, but I don't want to talk about it. It's so embarrassing.
Which one?
The Minish Cap. It's
Nice.
like,
I haven't played that one. I'm a huge
they're
Zelda fan.
so hard.
Yeah.
They take so long.
What console is that on?
Game Boy Advance. Well, you can play it on anyway. It's so nerd. I don't want to talk about this, but yeah.
I just broke back into Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube. I don't know if anyone.
I mean, I think the time you could be spent gaming, you could be. Well, I don't know. It's arguable that it's good to just do nothing. I don't know. Whatever. It's all.
There's no shame.
No shame.
Video games are fun. I don't know.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay, where's your favorite place for a bike ride? Right now, I give you a bike. I'm like, let's go for a bike ride.
There's a really cool bike ride to Roostaller Farm in Davis. I think that might be my favorite. But I like a lot of trails in Marin too. I like biking around SF a lot.
Nice.
I always go to the city and with my bike and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Right on.
yeah,
Is the
exploring.
Roostaller one? Do you take the painted bridge route?
I know a secret way.
Secret way.
Through some farm roads that my friend Evan told me about.
Nice. Sweet.
Yeah.
So you are going to do a workshop in here.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you could tell folks when it is and what people can look forward to learning at your workshop.
Okay. Yeah. What day is it? 5:30.
Yes.
It's in 2 weeks. It's a self-portraiture class.
May 30th.
But self-portraiture in the sense that anything can be a self-portrait if you feel like that's how you express your own like self. Like you know what I mean? It's gonna be like
less
abstract.
regimented, more just kind of
Yeah.
art for the sake of
Yes.
making something beautiful or ugly.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be
A space to be creative and get into self-reflection.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it. So thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you, Will, for taking the time and sharing your gorgeous, super colorful, hyper-detailed work with us. It's an honor to have it in this room. The work will be up for a month. We'll do this all over again next third Thursday. So thanks everyone for coming out. Really appreciate it.
I hope everyone knows. Well, thank you for coming out. Yeah, I don't know if it's obvious, but I'm really uncomfortable doing this. But I'm not I think I started doing art because I didn't want to talk to anyone. That's how. Yeah, that's why I got into it at first. It's like disassociation.
Yeah.
Is my specialty.
Yeah, totally.
Separating from. But anyway, yeah, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for coming here.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
what do you-
sorry, I forgot about
Which
questions.
makes you more uncomfortable. You are an incredible artist, you know, and I hear you downplay yourself a lot. And you shouldn't, because you're incredible. And for those of us that are not an artist like you, it's just like a treat.
Oh, thank you.
So you are
It's really
incredible,
nice. Thanks so
incredibly
much.
talented. It's beautiful the work that you do. But you mentioned that for the last 10 years you have been out of school.
Yeah.
So how do you feel in this world that is so competitive, you know, where people are just bachelor's, master's in school, you know, and
Yeah.
having that need to, how do you feel that, you know, that there's a space, and how do you conquer that space, you know,
Yeah.
in such a competitive
Wow.
world?
I guess if people who didn't hear it, questions like how to keep going. Yeah, it's a really good question. It's like, yeah, it's pretty hard, honestly. But I think you just got to do what you got to do. It just helps to have supportive friends and family. Like, I don't know, who are just like, who help encourage you to keep going. And I think that I have a better answer somewhere in my brain. I just can't think of it right now. But you kind of have to be either. You mean like to be an artist in general, or just to keep
In
doing?
general, you know.
You have to be either insanely stupid or stupidly insane to think that you can do it. Yeah, sorry, that's depressing. But yeah, it's kind of a crazy endeavor.
Yeah.
But luckily, I'm both. Just crazy enough. I guess, and also just like believing in yourself and kind of thinking that it's like worthwhile.
Yeah.
And being kind of stubborn and being like, no, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. So,
Being stubborn is important.
yeah. But any other questions?
I noticed in a lot of the illustrations, a lot of them are very like image heavy, where there's so many small things going in all at the same time. Where does that kind of preference came from? To fill in with a whole lot.
Oh, I just love drawing like little creatures everywhere. It's just really fun. I like to like count how many different little animals and stuff are everywhere. And sometimes it's so many I can't even count. It's too many.
It work
Why-
feels
like,
really fun.
Why? I don't know why. It's just cool. That, yeah, art is cool. I just like
So
it.
then, how do you make the transition from the very detailed illustrative to the more biophilic, abstract?
Oh, like that stuff right there?
Those are really old, so I don't remember why. I think it's just experimenting, and I like color a lot and stuff. So. I don't. That's not the best answer. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think
So the other stuff is more recent.
more recent. Yeah, I love cartoons and stuff. So. I always liked cartoons, but when I was like a kid, I feel like it was not. It was like, well, actually, not when I was in class, like taking art classes, it was like frowned upon
Yeah.
to do cartoons. They say they're like, that's not art. You can't do that. It's not allowed. So,
It is allowed.
It's not-
I
It's allowed here.
you are enough.
Yeah.
You are enough.
Cool.
Any other questions?
What are you listening to right now?
Music?
Yes.
I love music. I listen to music so much.
What is your-
I can't even think of.
What is on your Spotify right now that you go to?
I mean,
Your diehard?
dude. Okay.
It
I
keeps
like
us
a
going.
lot of like Japanese ambient music and like Japanese pop. I like this. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. People say they like everything, and that's not really true, right? Because of course there's something you don't like, right? I don't like country, but then I just played a country show like the other week, like last week or something. So I don't know, right?
Any hot recs?
What?
Any hot recommendations?
Oh,
Music?
this would be such a good moment to like give somebody a really cool shout out. I guess there's a show next week with these two people right here, Heron and Sage, at Delta Venus. And Heron's music, I play music with Heron, so it's a recommendation right there.
Aaron, did you have a question?
Yeah, are you going to play music? tonight?
Right now? I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Maybe for a little bit. Yeah, yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, yeah.
What is there like a different thing that is expressed in you, like with physical art than with physical art? Like, do you feel like they express different sides of you?
Yeah.
Or yes and no. I think it's just a matter of like getting every idea out that you have, you know, as an artist. It's like you have.
I have like too many ideas. It's actually a problem. It's too many ideas, too little time. I can't do everything. Like I have more ideas than I even have.
So I think like sometimes if I can't do
An idea in art, it comes in music or something. So, thanks for the question.
Thanks again, everybody.
Thank you, Will.
All right.
Thank you, Will Durkee.